Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know. A Washington state resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began. Officials now say more than 400 people have been sickened and 9 people have died.
All my life, all the things that I don't want to happen to me have happened to me. All of them. And just the week before, I think I had talked to my mom and we were just joking around and I said, "Oh, watch, I'm gonna get this virus. You just watch." I had just come back from a birthday party at my friend's apartment, and it was around 11 o'clock at night, and I noticed that I have all of these missed calls and messages from my dean.
And the Berrien County Health Department says there was a potential exposure to coronavirus at a recent concert at Andrews University in Berrien Springs. 16 News Now's Monica Murphy tells us what health professionals are now saying.
The dean had been calling me and leaving me these messages of you need to call us back immediately. And so it was all very intense, and it was at 11 o'clock at night. And then it turned out being a notice of, you've been around someone who has tested positive and you need to be in isolation immediately, and all of these things.
Christian singer Sandi Patty performed here at Andrews University in Berrien Springs on March 8th.
For a crowd of a couple hundred people, there were several individuals that attended a special in-person VIP experience after the concert that had very close contact with Miss Patty.
So yesterday I was tested for COVID-19, and today I got a call from the Oklahoma Health Department, and I have confirmed, yes, I have COVID-19.
I have listened to Sandi Patty my whole life, and she was coming on campus and I couldn't believe that. And so I had the opportunity to go to see her in concert here on campus, which I thought was unbelievable. And it really was unbelievable. And I will be always grateful for the experience, regardless of my positive diagnosis after. I remember my reaction to the idea that I had passed it on to other people without ever knowing it. For me, that was terrifying, and I felt intense responsibility behind it. It was very hard for me, and just, looking at the list that I had to come up with of the people that I had been around, which was, again, over 30 people, it was terrifying for me to think that maybe all of those 30 people, or a few of those 30 people, or only one person had contracted the virus from me. What was interesting about isolation and being an introvert was the idea that you're normally okay with being alone and having your own space and things like that, but after someone tells you you can't do something, you usually want to do the thing that you can't do.
Doing all this to get ready to go outside. That's funny.
There was an element of feeling trapped because I now knew that I wouldn't be able to go outside even if I wanted to. And that was different for me. And also getting off of isolation was different for me too, because I felt more anxiety about leaving isolation than I felt about staying in isolation.
It's just a really weird feeling, because before you weren't supposed to go out or do anything or be around anyone, and now all of a sudden you can. So it was really kind of weird for me. I was happy, excited, but also really weird. Just felt weird. But I guess I'm ready to go.
The better part of my experience with COVID was the amount of support that I had. I was really blessed to have an amazing support team, and people that brought me food, people that contacted me on social media or texted me or called, or, it was just an incredible amount of people who showed their support, people I knew and people I didn't know. And I think the most fun thing that happened was my friends came by in their car and kind of sat outside of my window and played music and danced in the street. And I thought that that was amazing. I can't. Oh my gosh, you guys. Can you see us? Yes, I can see you. Hold on.
Heal Esther! Heal the world!
You guys are the best.
I wish the actual part where
Can you see me?
it's coming. It's coming right now. It's coming right now. This is for you, Esther.
Can you see me?
Not really, but we can hear you. Make it a better place.
Oh my gosh.
For you and for me and this time.
Out of being alone in a way because of that, I didn't feel so alone because of the people who were constantly there to make sure that I had everything that I needed. We always hear, oh, someone has it worse than you. But the fact is that they really do. I think right now is an incredible time in our lives to show kindness towards humanity and be touched by their stories and do what we can to reach out and help other people. Because everybody needs help, and this thing is affecting people in a lot of different ways.